بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين واللعنة الدائمة الأبدية على أعدائهم أجمعين إلى قيام يوم الدين. Assalamu alaikum, my sons and daughters, wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, we are going to continue on the shara'at of al-Hajj, the conditions of Hajj. And so we reached the fifth condition. And the fifth condition, yes. So the fifth condition is in the Manasik al-Hajj of Sayyid Ayatollah al-Azma Sayyid Ali Sistani Damadullah, Ar-Ruju'u ila al-Kifaya. So you have the expenses, you have everything to go, but is it enough that when you come back, will you have, like, let's say your annual expenses with your family is about $12,000 or $10,000 annual expenses. Okay, and you had $12,000. So when you go for Hajj, your $10,000 will be consumed. Their annual expenses. What will remain? $2,000. Now, will you be able to survive the whole year with your family with this 2,000 and your annual expenses are 10,000? So let's say you are expecting, because you're working in a job, so you're expecting more to come. So then that's okay, 2,000, because I'm going to continue my job after I come back from Hajj. However, if God forbid, person loses his job before going for Hajj, and he has this $12,000, 10,000 will go in Hajj, 2,000 remaining. He doesn't have any security. So what should we do? Should we tell him to no, go for Hajj, Allah Kareem, and this and that, or we be a bit realistic? Now, I know Arfani realistic is different, but not everybody is Arfani. So people, many times they are really realistic. So if I go for Hajj, I come back, I will not have enough to survive with my family. Hajj will not be, Hajj will be deactivated. Okay. So, Ar-Ruju'u ila al-Kifaya, returning with sufficiency, like you return from Hajj. وَهُوَ التَّمَكُّنْ بِالْفِعْلِ أَوْ بِالْقُوَّةِ. So these terminologies, they repeat in fiqh. Fi'l, quwwa. What is the meaning of bil-fi'l and bil-quwwa? Bil-fi'l means actually. Bil-quwwa means potentially. So when I come back, actually I have $10,000 remaining, because I have 20,000, 10,000, Hajj 10,000 I have I can survive 1 year. Or no, potentially. So you don't have actively $10,000. When you go for Hajj, you'll come back with zero. However, you have a job, so there is a potential sustenance available. Provision is available, potential provision. So potential income is there. So yeah, unless if we said that person loses his job and he doesn't have anything more than this 10,000, so he actively, in reality doesn't have, actually he doesn't have 10,000, and neither potentially, because he's lost his job. So that's the meaning of bil fi'l, really, actually, bil quwwa, potentially. So when he comes back, what is the meaning of ruju' ila al-kifaya? That he is able to either actually or potentially in supporting his family. Min i'ashati nafsi, supporting himself, wa a'ilatihi, and his family, ba'da ar-ruju'i idha kharaja ila al-hajj, after returning if he goes for hajj. Wa sarfi ma 'indahu fi nafaqati, and to use whatever he has in his nafaqa, in his expenses, in his livelihood. I mean, not livelihood, in his provision, needs of life, necessities. بحيث لا يحتاج إلى التكفف ولا يقع في الشدة والحرج. So that means the whole idea is when he comes back, he doesn't fall into the difficulty and hardship and problematic situation. He doesn't need to beg. He doesn't need to ask this person, that person, because begging is something which brings the dignity down. وبعبارة واضحة, with a clear sentence. يلزم أن يكون المكلف على حالة لا يخشى معها على نفسه وعائلته من العوز والفقر. So when he comes back, it is necessary that the responsible person there's no fear that the responsible person should end up upon him or his family in a situation of poverty and need. He becomes needy person, okay? Beggar, desperate, needy, power. بسبب الخروج إلى الحج. Subhanallah, how merciful Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. How careful He is, how caring He is. That no, I don't want you to be in difficulty and hardship just for coming to me and visiting me. That's fine. It's not obligatory. I'm not obligating on you. So when he goes for Hajj, he will become poor after he comes back, or he will become needy person or desperate person. Then Hajj is not obligatory. So بسبب الخروج إلى الحج أو صرف ما عنده من المال في سبيله. So for just going for Hajj, he'll become poor, or no, for going for Hajj and spending the money there, he will become poor. وعليه, based on that, فلا يجب الحج على من كان كسوبا في خصوص أيام الحج. There are people, for example, their business is only in the days of Hajj season. Like for example, somebody has a business of ihram. He sells ihram and the gears of Hajj. So his season of business is the days of Hajj. So now if he leaves his business the entire year, he will not have anything to earn. This was an example. Any example you can take, which is seasonal and in the season of Hajj. بحيث لو ذهب للحج فعليه لا يجب الحج على من كان كسوبا في خصوص أيام الحج, specifically in the days of Hajj. بحيث لو ذهب إلى الحج, in a way that if he goes for Hajj لا يتمكن من الكسب, then he will not be able to earn. ويتعطل أمر معاشه في سائر أيام العام أو بعضها. And this person, his days of earning are the days of Hajj, and the entire year he is jobless, he is workless, he is businessless, he doesn't have any work, or some of the years he doesn't have. So that means entire year, either part of the year, he doesn't have, except for this seasonal time. So let's say if he has part of the time of the year, but this season is the crucial season for him, in a way that he will be able to earn the annual income for his family, to live or to support himself and his family. كما لا يجب على من يملك مقدارا من المال يفي بمصارف الحج وكان ذلك وسيلة لإعاشته وإعاشة عائلته. He has some money, $10,000, okay? It is enough for him for the Hajj. But it was also the money to support and to live on it. It's the bread and butter and money. So this is the money so that they would live on, they would support themselves. وعائلته مع علمه بأنه لا يتمكن من الإعاشة عن طريق آخر يناسب شأنه. There is no other way of income which is suitable for his status. Okay? His status in a way that, for example, they will say, oh, there are jobs in the alcohol stores. Yeah, but it's not suitable for me. I'm a Muslim. I cannot sell alcohol. I cannot buy alcohol. I cannot work in the alcohol store. So Shan, it is like, it's not Shan like Shan Pan Ka Masala in the Pakistan. No. Shan means status. My status being a Muslim, I cannot work in places. There are jobs, but those places, they sell things which are prohibited on a Muslim to sell. So I can't be a seller in those shops. So what does that mean? That means that you don't have to go for Hajj because you have jobs available. Those jobs are not suitable for you. If those jobs are not suitable for you, then you don't have to go for Hajj, and you live on this money which is available for you and your family. Um, فَبِذَلِكَ, from all that we understand the conclusion. أنه لا يجب بيع ما يحتاج إليه من ضروريات معاشه في أمواله. Remember previously we mentioned, if you have a property, that means you don't need it. That means that's extra income. That means it is enough for you to sell and go for Hajj. Then it becomes obligatory to sell it with the details we mentioned in that ruling. I'm not going to repeat it here. But here we are talking about selling necessary items, selling necessary house just to go for Hajj, selling necessary property, selling necessary car, selling necessary items to go for Hajj. So I have wealth. I have money enough. I have car, all these. If we sum up the value of it, it's more than enough for me to go for Hajj and come back. But then I need my car. I need my house. I need my computer. I need my maybe somebody's iPad, or what they say, MacBook or something like that. Whatever might be sufficient for 2-3 MacBook he sells, and his computer. I sell your iPhone, MacBook, and your car. Khalas, go for Hajj. We can't say like that. We can't say like that, because these are necessities. So it is not, from this it appears لا يجب بيع ما يحتاج إليه في ضروريات معاشه من أمواله. It is not obligatory to sell whatever he needs, the necessities, the needs, whatever he needs in his living from his wealth. So he doesn't need to sell these things. ولا ما يحتاج إليه منها مما يكون لائقا بحاله أزيد كما وكيفا. What does that mean? That my status, social status, says I can use, for example, Mercedes car. Okay, but I don't have any other extra money to go for. I can't tell him sell the Mercedes and buy a Toyota and go for Hajj. I can't say like that. كما وكيفا. Quantity wise, quality wise. Okay, let's say quantity wise, like the Jeep, big car, you see, like Cherokee or something like that. I don't know these names, so forgive me. Suburban or something like that, Cherokee, or that high 4-wheel drives, which are like very costly. Something like Mercedes or something like BMW, in that kind of thing. That's quantity wise. So quantity wise, it's big. I can take a small car. No, but it is not suitable for my status. So I don't have to sell that in order to buy a cheaper car, so that I can use that money for Hajj. Remember the ticket economy class and business class, we discussed that. Okay, it depends on the suitable status of a person. If a person's status is in this way, that he travels business class for some reasons, so we can't force him. No, you don't have money for business class, go travel on a economy. Just travel economy, and what? And go for Hajj. So here also, you don't have to sell your Mercedes or your that luxurious car which is suitable. You are a company director, and in your community, in your society, the company directors, they use this car, so it is suitable, it's normal. Okay, but if I'm a clerk and I buy like that car, in some cases I have to pay the khums of extra money I paid. And yeah, for me, if I'm a clerk and regular, then I may need to sell my car and get a cheaper car and go for Hajj. Because for me, no, it doesn't suit, because I'm a regular clerk. For example, I'm mentioning, okay, these examples can be argued, but I'm just trying to bring the picture closer to your mind, suitable for status. Okay, so suitable for status, you see. Now, yes, in Islam, there is modesty, humble, and this and that. That's fine. But Islam also respects the property, respects the value, respects the society, respects the urf, respect the common consideration, the common lifestyle. As long as it's not haram, Islam respects it. As long as the director, and the directors anywhere you see, they drive that kind of car. So this is kamman, quantity wise. Okay. Kayfan, quality wise. So this is Toyota, small car, and this is Mercedes, small car. This is, for example, $50,000. This is, for example, $25,000. So there's a huge difference. So in that $25 extra thousand, I can go for Hajj. So am I obligated to sell my Mercedes and get a Toyota, same size, but quality wise, there is a difference? No. If your status requires that you have that quality wise car, kaif is quality, then you stick to that. You don't have to go for Hajj. But if your status does not necessitate for you to have that kind of car, so sell your car, get a Toyota, and go for Hajj. You see? So that's where, even in the Khums, rulings of the Khums, in the rulings of the Khums, the same thing comes. If it was suitable for your status, then you can buy a car which is suitable for your status, and you don't have to pay the extra or from the normal people. But if that's not suitable for your status, so in some case, based on certain condition, you have to give Khums of the extra amount you spend to get that quality of the car, which is not suitable for your status. You can get many nice cars in according to your status. So obviously, I mean, modesty is excellent in Islam. But if sometimes people, they say, God has given us, then وَأَمَّا بِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ فَحَدِّثْ. Our Aimmas, alayhi salatu wasalam, they were faced like these circumstances about extravagant and this kind of things. So our Aimmas, our Maraja, they don't take things from their pocket. It's from the hadith of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam. So our Aimmas, in certain narration, they have indicated that if it was suitable for him, like himself, this someone says, Yabna Rasulullah, you are wearing this luxurious, nice clothes and this and that. Okay. And why Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salatu wasallam was wearing raggy, shaggy clothing, you see, from here and stitched from here, and his slippers were stitched. He said, so many times I stitched my things, and I'm now ashamed to give the stitcher to stitch. There's Amir al-Mu'minin, get a new one. Why this? Have brought this to me metaphorically thousands times. Go and get a new one. So Imam Ali alayhi salatu says, I'm embarrassed to give to the guy stitcher again because istahaytu min raqi'aha. Okay. So he keeps fixing and fixing. Khalas, get a new one. So no. So they ask Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu these questions. So Imam says that Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salatu time was poverty. So it was not suitable for a religious or the community leader to have a lifestyle above those poor people. So he would be equal or lesser than the poor people who are living. But he said, in our time, Alhamdulillah, the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed the communities with khairat and this and that. So it's normal for people to have different types of fashionable clothing and this and that. So this is normal. I'm going with the normal. So that based on that, if you're with the norm, with your status, with everything, you don't have to pay the khums of extra. No, if it's not according to your norm, then whatever extra you spend based on certain conditions we have discussed in chapter of khums, you will have to pay the khums of it. Okay, perfect. وعليه فلا يجب yeah. So we are here. فبذلك يظهر. From all this, it appears أنه لا يجب بيع ما يحتاج إليه من ضروريات معاشه من أمواله. It is not necessary to sell whatever he needs, okay, from the essentials, from the necessities in his life, from his wealth. So no, from whatever he owns, from his possessions, he doesn't need to. He needs, that's fine. Hajj is not wajib. ولا ما يحتاج إليه منها. So that is needing. Now there are some things he doesn't need it. However, it is suitable for his status. ولا ما يحتاج إليه. He doesn't need to sell things which he doesn't need it. However, مما يكون لائقا بحاله لا أزيد, which is suitable for his status, not more than that. كمن أو كيفا. كمن, we said the big car, small car. Kayfan, they both are small car, but the quality is different. and kamman could be wealth-wise, amount-wise. Okay? فَلَا يَجِبُ بَيْعُ دَارِ سُكْنَى. So it is not obligatory to sell his house just to go for Hajj. وَثِيَابُ تَجَمُّلِهِ, and the dress of beautification, adornment. وَأَثَاثُ بَيْتِهِ, and the furniture of his house. إِذَا كَانَتْ كَذَلِكَ, if they were similar, if they were in that situation, either he needs them or no, he doesn't need them, but they are suitable for people like him. وَلَا آلَاتُ الصَّنَائِعِ, neither the industrial equipments which he has. التي يحتاج إليها في معاشه. He's a what is a carpenter. He has nice electric saw. He has nice equipment. But he is using it to in his industry. He's using it in his industry, in his work, in his job, in his. So he's a carpenter. He needs them, or he's a what they say, jacksmith, hammersmith, blacksmith, whatever smith, goldsmith. So they have their equipments. They have their shop. If they sell their shop and they sell all these things, they may be able to go Hajj easily. They don't have to. Okay? وَنَحْوِ ذَلِكَ. Or if you're a Maulana, or if you're a scholar, or a sheikh, or Ayatullah, whomsoever, and you need religious books, you don't have to sell your religious books to go for Hajj. Or, no, you don't need your religious books. But you being a scholar, you need to have them with you. Suppose someday a ruling comes up and you need to investigate and do a research. So you might need them. It's not like you need them, no. You might need them because it's suitable for your status as a scholar. بالنسبة إلى أهل العلم, for the people of knowledge, seekers of knowledge. مما لا بد منه في سبيل تحصيله. You have to have the books in order to seek knowledge. على الجملة, in sum, لا يكون الإنسان, in general, that means لا يكون الإنسان مستطيعا للحاج. A person would never have the capacity to go for Hajj إذا كان يملك فقط ما يحتاج إليه في حياته, if he was owning things which he needs them in his life. وكان صرفه في سبيل الحج, and it's spending those things which he needs them, if he spends them in Hajj, موجبا للعسر والحرج, it would be a cause of difficulty and hardship for him. So this is in nutshell. نعم, لو زادت الأموال المذكورة عن مقدار الحاجة بقدر نفقة الحج ولو بضميمة ما لديه من غيرها لكان مستطيعا. So either the wealth he has got increased in a way that it was now sufficient to go for Hajj and come back and still have money, wealth, or no, the house, somebody gave him an extra house, gift, for example. Somebody gave him a car, somebody gave him something, somebody gave him a ticket, so now somebody gave him extra money, gift money. So now it increased, okay? Zadat, ziyada, increase. So yes, however, if there was an increment in the wealth which is mentioned, the car, this house, that whatever mentioned, amwal al-madhkura, we mentioned these things. An miqdari nafaqat al-hajj, it was more than the expenses of Hajj. Okay? Walau bi dhamimati ma ladayha min ghayr. Dhamima is even by associating. So all these things which you have, they became extra. Your children got married. Your house is now empty. Sell this house, get a smaller house, because you don't need that big house. It's not in need, and neither it is according to your status. So it became extra. Things became extra, which we mentioned. So, okay, yes. So now my car is now extra. I don't need this big car. But I will have only $5,000 extra. Let's say I'll sell it in 10,000, 5,000, I'll get a new smaller car. But $5,000 will be extra. And you said that Hajj needs $10,000. So where will I bring the 5? Okay, then Hajj is not wajib. However, if you had 5,000 in your account, extra, not to be used in your sustenance, neither before Hajj or after Hajj or during Hajj, then yes, with that 5,000 and this 5,000 you got by selling your bigger car, you will have 10,000, which will be the sufficient amount to go for Hajj. Now, 10,000 is a hypothetical. Maybe next year you listen to this lecture, the Hajj might be 12,000 or 13,000. So don't take my words. I'm just mentioning the rate nowadays. نعم لو زادت الأموال المذكورة عن مقدار الحاجة بقدر نفقة الحج ولو بضميمة ما لديها من غيرها لكان مستطيعا. Then he would be considered able to go for Hajj with whatever became extra plus dhamma, associate, mix it with associating that 5,000, associating with your bank balance, which is extra 5,000 there as well. So 5 and 5, 10. لكان مستطيع فيجب عليه أداء الحج. Then it becomes obligatory upon him to go for Hajj, perform Hajj, ولو ببيع الزائد, even by selling the extra. Remember, it became extra now. He's not in need. وصرف ثمنه في نفقته, and to spend the cost of it, or the money which is gained after selling it, in his expenses. So we'll take this last line and we'll continue tomorrow, inshallah. بل من كان عنده دار قيمتها 10,000 دينار. If somebody had, it's moreover, he says, moreover, if somebody had a house, the value of the house was, let's say 10,000 dinar, $10,000 we can say, مثلا. ويمكنه بيعها وشراء دار أخرى بأقل. Let's consider this 10,000 dinar, he said $20,000, because we want to, after selling, we want to have the 10,000 to go for Hajj. So we have to consider an example, hypothetical example, more than what we had already assumed, which is $10,000. So let's say he had a house of $20,000 and he was able to sell it and buy a house which is lesser from that without causing any difficulty and hardship. Hajj would be obligated upon him. بل من كان عنده دار قيمتها 10,000 دينار 10,000 دينار or $20,000 مثلا ويمكنه بيعها وشراء دار أخرى بأقل منها. So you can buy a cheaper house without causing any difficulty and hardship. من دون عسر وحرج وجب عليه الحج إذا كان الزائد وافيا بمصاريف الحج ذهابا وإيابا بنفقة عياله. So if this extra with mixing other properties, other wealth, whatever, it was enough for him to use in Hajj, expenses of Hajj, going, coming back, and after coming back, spending on his children. Remember, you have to have enough money to come back and spend on your children. For قوة أو فعلا, actually or potentially. So we stop here, and inshallah, tomorrow we will continue the ruling number 23 بإذن الله تعالى. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين والسلام عليكم.